Hi, this is video number 15 for things not working, and it's called Different Results in MATLAB and iRIC on the cutoff scenario on the Ord Ferry Reach. And it is exactly as described. I've used identical input in both the MATLAB code and the iRIC code, and they produce different results. I will show you that I also, in order to test that, this is the cutoff routine, which I'm enabling and trying to test, and that's what I get the different results in. When I turn off the cutoff routine, I get identical results. So the error is probably not with the erosion grid or anything else. It occurs somewhere in once the cutoff routine is enabled. Okay. Let's get down to it here. Here's our iRIC setup. That's the Ord Ferry Reach. That happens to be a 2004 centerline that we're beginning with there. Now, I will compare the conditions in my two models for you here. Over in MATLAB, I'm going to go from the very beginning with the defaults. You see here in MATLAB, we enable the cutoff routine, and that appears down here. Okay. Looks like I can't make them both show on the screen easily here. Let's see if I can do something a little better. Okay, I'm going to show this over here and show this part screen. Go back to settings. Cutoff parameters. You'll see that enabled cutoff routine, enabled cutoff routine, enabled cutoff distance routine, disabled, disabled. We don't have that going. Okay. Now we go back to the very beginning with our parameters here. Check the curvature, enabled. 06, 06, 05, 05, 1, 1. Now we do have a time step that differs here. The iRIC doesn't run with a time step of 1. And MATLAB doesn't run very well with a time step of 0.1. But since I get completely identical results with everything but the cutoff routine, I'm not going to jump at that as the culprit. Okay? And calculating the U sub f is turned off in both of them. Okay. Hydraulics empty. Flow parameters. We have a little bit out of a different order here, but we have 2180, 491, 277, 3 zeros, 297, 18, fixed discharge. Okay. Smoothing. We're going to go through every single one of them and compare them. Okay? 310, 0, 310, 0, and I have the legacy smoothing algorithm there. Okay. Coefficient of friction is set at 2 there. Coefficient of friction, my MATLAB code, 2. Erosion algorithm factors. Now, let's see here. I've got an erodibility grid, and it's set for 300. It's an ASCII file that's 300 everywhere. And we have the FD multiplier is 1. This is the FD multiplier, 1. Everything's the same there. Cutoff parameters. Okay, it's an important one. Okay. We have the sinuosity threshold at 2, cutoff recurrence interval at 0, upstream cutoff factor is 0.25, 0.1, 0.1, 800. Identical. Bend parameters, I don't think these play, but We have bend length set at 8, straight sinuosity 0.005. Okay. That's it. Save and close. Now, I'm going to set my output here. I'll call this version 5. iRIC. Version 5. Save and close. Ready to run it. We're having an error. That's, well, it just was a slow start for some reason. That's from 50 years, from 2004 to 2054. Okay, and that is finished. Now I'm going to run my MATLAB. I don't suspect that it will stay on the screen and that the actual results will bounce off of the screen. But I'm going to give it a try. We're going to start from 2004. We do a prediction year to 2054. I'm going to set the output to, just going to call it version, I've forgotten the number, but I'm going to say 4. Version 4 MATLAB. Okay. Don't input the hydrograph. Okay. It is actually running on the other screen. At 20, 22, 25, running fairly quickly. When it's done, I will be looking at both of them in QGIS and comparing the outputs. Okay, we're almost there. There's the output. There's the cutoff in MATLAB. Okay. Now, we're going to bring up QGIS. And import our files. Be careful with importing the files so we have the right names. Okay, we're going to MATLAB first. And here it was version 4 MATLAB. Just so that I know, I'm going to copy that name. I'm going to get our center line. Before I do anything else, I'm going to rename it so that I know that it's MATLAB. I can see that it had some issues, okay, with registration. So I'll show you what I'm doing. Yep. Here we go. It's projected. Okay. Let's zoom to the layer. There we have the output from the MATLAB version. I am going to color that blue. So we see it. Okay. Now I'm going to import our iRIC. Output. And it was version 5. Okay. we go. Now, I'm going to give it the same kind of heft, but with a different color. So the red is iRIC, and turn this off. Okay, this is the wrong test. Okay. That's version 5, and that's the MATLAB one. Okay, there's the two things. So, one of the things to notice is that it's pretty good. It's almost identical. But, right where our cutoff was occurring, it differs enough to be not the same. It differs enough to not be the same. I will show you, let me turn that off. I can show you, let's see. Well, trust me that when I ran them without the cutoff, they were identical, smack dab on top of each other. And this is the discrepancy I'm getting when I run it with the cutoff routine. Thank you very much.